if you want, or
Yeah.
both.
Well, my government name is Roberto Antonio Becerra Diaz. But you could just call me Blacks.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in South Fontana.
How was your life growing up for you? Your parents?
How was my life growing up? How was it growing up? As a kid, yeah, it was pretty hard, you know, but got through it.
And your dad, your mom?
My dad walked out of my life when I was like 11, and my mom stayed with me. You know, she tried her best, but you know, ultimately, I just was always just a little kid running around in the hood, living in the streets.
And what reasons motivated you to get involved into gangs?
Well, it wasn't really a motivation. It was just I was just around them. You know, they're the homies. You know. Just
What age did you get like around the gangs?
I was like 11. Yeah, like 11, 12. That's when I started hanging around with the homies in South. And yeah, just running around with them and shit.
Did they pressure you into getting into the gangs?
Nah, it was never like a pressure thing. It was, you know, you just grew up with them. You know, you're surviving with them.
You just get into
Those
them?
are the boys. You know, those are just your homies.
And then were they your second family besides your first family?
Yeah, I mean, they were like my brothers, you can say. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really have. I had my mother, and she was there like I did. She did her best, but she was, you know.
And you had your sister too, no?
I had my sisters. I took care of my sisters. You know what I'm saying? But when my dad left, it's like I took the role of raising my sisters. So when I was with my boys, that's what we did. We just grinded together, hustled together to take care of what we needed to take care of, you know?
And then did they show you like love, protection, money, respect in the streets?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're running the streets, you gotta earn all that. You gotta earn your respect. You gotta earn your love. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're not just gonna give it. The homies, the hood, they're not just gonna give anybody love. You know, if you're a little bitch, why are they gonna respect a little bitch? You know what I'm saying?
What things did you have to do to earn the respect and the love and everything?
Keep it real, you know. Just keep it real, you know. When the homies call, you know, don't back down. You know what I'm saying? Basically, when a homie needs you, you gotta show that homie that you guys are homies, you guys are boys. You know, you guys will ride together.
And then, are gangs really more of a family than a crime organization as people label them to be?
Gangs? Straight up real, for me, gangs are an organization, just like anything else. Just like anything else, the government's a fucking organization, the government's a fucking gang. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's gangs are an organization. We're an organization of people that just take care of our own, and that's how it's supposed to be, you know. But somewhere along the lines, they got fucked up, you know. But yeah, gangs are an organization.
So you're saying like gangs from your time is different from gangs from like this generation?
It's different. It's definitely different from what it was before. I think gangs before were more ruthless than it is now. Nowadays you got everybody snitching. There's really no structure. There's no loyalty, no honor, no respect. Everybody's just
Doing their own thing.
in a fucked up way, you know.
And what are the good things and bad things about being in a gang?
Good things and bad things about being in a gang.
Pros and cons.
Good things and bad things about being in a gang. I mean, if you could, there's a lot of good things being in a gang. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you love that lifestyle, like I love my hood. I love my hood. I'm Blackie, South Fontana, too. You know what I'm saying? I love my hood. You know, I grew up in my hood. You know, and I can't see myself being nowhere else but in my hood, you know? I'm always gonna represent my hood because I love it, you know? And cons, yeah, there's a lot of cons. Just like I said, I mean, not everybody's like me. You know, I have bitch ass homies from my hood that's a con right there. Like when, like I said, when motherfuckers bitch up and break it down. Fools that you grew up with and, you know, took this oath with you of living this lifestyle the same way as you're running, and then they switch up. You know, those are the cons, I think. The dishonor of someone who just disrespects the hood, you know?
And how did the life in a gang affect you and the people around you?
How did the life, what happened?
How has life in a gang affected you and the people around you? Your family, friends that aren't from the hood?
I guess it has, but I wouldn't really blame the gang, my gang or my hood, for all the negativity, because my life, the way my life is, the gang didn't fuck up my life. The life fucked up my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't come from a privileged background. You know, my father isn't no governor or mayor or owns, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was a mistake, you know, no, they didn't want me.
And how did your mom feel about it?
About what?
You, when she found out you were in a gang and
She couldn't really say nothing. There's really nothing that you can say. It's just something that you knew was good. My mom was from LA. My mom was from Orticia, and she left Orticia so her children wouldn't be in gangs. But I mean, it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Everywhere you go.
Everywhere. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that stability, I guess. You know, you just can't leave one ghetto and go to another ghetto and think that it's gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not.
And then I know you had mentioned something about you going to prison. Can you tell us why?
I went to prison right when I turned 18 for 3 counts of transportation. I did 2 years, my first term. Got out. I loved it too. Prison was the shit. I did time in 2003 to 2005.
And what prison was it?
Ironwood State Prison. It was a level 3 maximum security state prison. So yeah, I was with the big boys. 18 years old, not one fucking muscle on my body. I thought I was gonna get raped. but to my surprise, like, the homies and shit, they look out. The prison for me was like an experience where it shows, it separates the riders from the bitches. You know what I'm saying? The gangsters from the non-gangsters. You know, the men from the boys.
So how were the street gangs different from prison gangs?
Oh, it's way different. It's way different. Because when you're in the streets, you know, you're going at it with other gangs, other Mexican gangs, you know. I know in my city, we went at it with Mexicans. We didn't go at it with blacks. There wasn't really any blacks in my city. So we went at it with other Mexican gangs. And when you go to jail, when you go to prison, all that stops. You're no longer enemies in there. And if you take it upon yourself to attack your enemy in prison, then you're gonna get disciplined.
So in prisons, you're going like against other races?
Basically, when you're in prison, the prison gangs in prison, you know that you got the Sureños, which that's what I am. I'm a Sureño. To the motherfucking police. And fucking and then you got all kinds of them. You know, you got, but it mainly is like a race thing, especially when you're down south. You know, blacks, whites, Mexicans, and then you have the others, but they don't really count. I was just playing.
I'm gonna edit it.
But I don't care.
And who and what inspired you to start writing music?
It was funny because it was like not the first time I was in county, but like the first time I actually stayed. It was my first riot with it was a jail riot. I was in county, and it was with the blacks, of course. And you know, we got off, and then they separate you. You know, after the riot, they separate you. So it was just it was a block full of Mexicans. That's it. So we were just chilling and shit, and one of the homies was just beating on it. It was the first time I ever seen a Mexican like beat on a bunk and rap, you know. And you know, I just talked to him. He's like, oh yeah, you know, he wrote his own. His name was Kirby. I remember that. I forgot where he was from, but his name was Kirby. And that just, I guess you could say that inspired me to write my first song in
What was
jail.
it about?
My hood, basically. That was my first song, Southside Fontana. And I didn't know what a chorus was or how many bars were in a verse. I just wrote until I felt like, okay, it's done. And from that song, then I did, like I said, I was in prison for like 2 years, and plenty more riots came.
In those 2 years, how many songs did you write?
How many what?
Songs did you write in those 2 years?
Oh man, in those 2 years, because I did 2 years, and I got out, and I was literally out on the streets for a week, and I went back to prison, and I did another 2 years, 6 months, and then I got out, and I went back 3 weeks later, and I did another year. So within that time, I accumulated like a good notebook full of songs of me writing, and I was just writing. I was just bored, you know, like when you're in a cell, locked down, and you got nothing else to do. So I was just.
How old were you
just
then?
writing.
When you started writing your music?
18.
18? And what age did you start like actually going to like the studio to record?
That's when I got out of that year violation. I went, I think that was 2008. That time I actually was out for like 5 months because I was trying to stay out, but I was still running around in the hood.
Okay.
Can we get another one, please? Yeah. I was still running around in the hood, you know, being stupid, basically. But I was doing going to the studio. Some guy heard me spit, and he pushed the issue on getting me in the studio, and I recorded my first song, Southside Fontana, and I went to the hood and I showed all the homies, my OGs, and they were tripping out because they was like, we didn't know you rapped, you know, because I never, you know, promoted that I wanted to be a rapper, and I never did. Like, I never wanted to be a rapper. Like, I wanted to be a drug lord. Like, to keep it real with you. Like, I wanted to just
Sell drugs.
Yeah, a lot of them too, and I did too. I mean, I sold a lot of motherfucking drugs, and that's why I went to prison. You know?
So officially, what age were you when you did your first CD, your first album?
I don't know, maybe like 26. I think it was like in 2008. It was like in 2008 that I did it, but the album didn't come. I went back to prison, and then the album came out. So the album didn't really get too much success. All it really got was like internet success, and my hood, of course. You know, they were talking about it. Local success.
Was most of your music more like about your gangs, or?
Yeah, my first album. If you really listen to my first album, like you could tell my immaturity. Like you could hear it in my voice, but I mean, if you listen to my first album, like that was me back then, like just a reckless, young, stupid motherfucker. Yeah, basically. I didn't really give a fuck about much, you know?
And your music now, how is it different from then?
It's way different, I think. I think more.
More mature?
I'm more mature now. I actually, I still, you know, you listen to my music, you get to know me. But it is different now. You know, I've been out of prison for like 4 years now. I'm actually, when I got out of prison this last time, you know, I told myself, and I meant it, that I'm done with prison. And that's what you have to do too, because I got like 10 years invested in CDC, you know, going in and out and shit. And like I said, the first time I went to prison, I loved it. I loved it. When it was time for me to get out, I didn't even know. They opened up my door at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it was on site with the blacks. We were rioting. Me and my cellie just jumped out because the door just opened. We get our straps and we walk out there, because if you see your enemy, you gotta go and you gotta, you know, attack. But nobody was out there, so we looked at the tower like, what the fuck? And he's like, Diaz. I'm like, yeah. Man, you want a parole or not? He's like, parole? I looked at my cellie and he's like, what the fuck? He's like, nah, can I stay another 2 weeks? He was like, nah, motherfucker, get your shit, get out of here. I was like, I honestly
That was your home? You felt
yeah,
like
it was, I liked it. I liked my first term. But then my second term came, and oh, that one was crazy. Everything that you're supposed to do as a sureño, I did. I went up north, Soledad. That's when I walked the yard with a norteño for the first time. I was in Pleasant Valley. You had the Bulldogs, you had everybody, and we rioted with those motherfuckers. It was crazy. That was a crazy time. And I can't even believe I paroled out of that one. Like, I fucked up my date so many times on that one. But yeah, that was crazy. But when I got out this last time, I just had enough. I was just done.
Tired of it?
It's not the same. Like I said, everybody's snitching. You know, back then, when I first went to prison, you would literally have only one prison that was a protective custody prison, and everybody knew if you go there, then you're no good. But nowadays, when I last paroled in 2012, 75% of all CDC prisons were PC yards, protective custody yards. So that means only 25% were main lines, that's where the real gangsters are at. 25%.
And the rest are snitches?
And the rest are all snitches. Child molesters, rapists, you know, like the worst of the worst. And they're the ones that are taking over. They're the ones, when you go to prison, I mean, that was in 2012. 75%. I can just imagine what the fuck the number is now. 80, 90. You know what I'm saying? We're a real gangster is getting more and more extinct by the day, and no one's doing nothing. No one really cares. Because when I go to prison, I learned that fucking thank you. You know, it's no longer a respectful thing or a brother thing. We're going at it with each other. You know, we're going at it with each other for what? For whatever little power you think you have. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you know, we're just doing them a favor. So that's why I was like, I'm done with this shit. As far as prison goes, I was done with it. I didn't get out and turn Christian, you know. You know, but I just got smarter.
And then the music you write now, like what are your thoughts when writing music? What goes through your head?
When I write a song, I just, whatever it is I'm going through. I mean, I listen to the beat, and then when I hear the beat, whatever it is I feel out of it, you know, if I want to talk about my hood, I'll talk about my hood. If I want to talk about whatever stupid little emotional feelings I have, you know what I'm saying, I'll talk about that. It just depends.
And what kind of message are you trying to get through from your music to people?
I honestly don't think I'm trying to give a message. I just write about my experiences. I just write about me. Basically, if there is a message in there, it's like stop snitching. Basically, you know, fucking keep it gangsta. You know, everything that my OGs taught me to be, maybe that's what my music is, but I honestly don't feel like I'm trying to give a message. I just
Right what you
I'm just
feel.
writing about me. You want to get to know me. You want to know the shit that I've been through, who I am, and you can listen to my music. You know, but I don't really think I don't see myself as a role model for me to give somebody a message. You know what I'm saying? It's just talking about me.
And how does the audience negative comments impact you and your music?
Audience negative comments?
Yeah, when they like talk bad about your music and stuff.
I really don't care. Honestly, I really don't care because the music industry is so stupid. Like, honestly, you know, you got all these rappers that pretend to be tough. Like, they pretend to be gangsters. You hear it in their music, how whatever the fuck gangster they are, and they're not. They're not. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, the music industry is just a hustle. It's a legitimate hustle. And I think that's why I've been out of prison for so goddamn long. Because if I wasn't doing this hustle, as far as selling my CDs, making music, the music industry, and it's not glamorous. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers try to make it seem like it's, especially Chicano rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate every single one of my supporters. I appreciate every single one of my fans that listen to me, come, want to take a picture with me, want to, you know, they know my music and they tell me, hey, that song's dope, you know, you spit the... And I appreciate every single one of them. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they're the ones, at this point, they're the ones I do it for. But not only that, yeah, I do it for the money. You know, because if I wasn't doing this, I'll be back in the motherfucking hood. Selling drugs. Hurting people. Fucking doing what I have to do to survive. Because I didn't have someone in my life to teach me what a man is. I know what a man is. I mean, I've seen men before. That motherfucker that wakes up at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, drinks his little fucking cafecito with his little panito, whatever the fuck, and gets in his truck and works his fucking ass off for 8-10 hours, whatever the fucking case may be, comes home, takes a shower, eats his little fucking bean burrito, and fucking goes to sleep and does the same thing Monday through Saturday, Monday through Sunday. That's a fucking man. I ain't never had someone in my life to teach me that. I had somebody teach me, here's a gun, here's some dope, fucking, you know, there, go make some money. That's what I had someone teach me. So it's already too late for me to try to fucking be like that guy right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't, you know, I'm cut from a different cloth, you know? But
Is it harder for you to go out in public due to the enemies that you've gained throughout your music career?
fuck no, they bitches. Every single fucking one of you motherfuckers ain't doing shit. Do something.
This is for my class.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey. I'm sorry, Professor, what's his name? Gabriel. I do not care for my enemies. They will not do nothing to me.
Have any of your songs put you or your family in any type of danger?
No. I mean, like I said, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when it comes to, like I said, I'm from South Fontana. I'm Blackie from South Fontana, THL. My homies know me, my enemies know me, and they know that I don't fuck with them. You know? You don't fuck with my family. You know? And any enemy that I've made in the music industry is a fucking joke to me. You know, so I'm not really scared of them either, because I know that they're not gonna shoot me. They're not gonna kill me. They're not gonna kidnap my family. They're not gonna do none of that shit. All they'll do is write a fucking song, or they'll tweet about me, or fucking say something on their Facebook pages or Instagram pages. Like, that's what the music industry is. It's all internet hype, you know. So I'm not worried about them bitches.
And they ever threaten you like that?
Threaten me?
Like, say something?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I have people all the time in the internet talking about that they're gonna do something, but I'm in the streets every day. You see me.
Yeah.
I'm in the streets every day, everywhere. I'm in every, no disrespect, but I'm in everybody's hood. You know, I'm a Sureño. I've done time with homies from LA, homies from OC, homies from SD, You know what I'm saying? I'm known in that world. When I come out here and I'm doing what I'm doing, and a homie, you say I'm in LA, and a homie comes through, like my homeboy Bocho Carmelas. I did time with him, and I'm in his head. He's like, oh, hey, what's up? How you doing it now? My homie Spooky from Pomona 12th Street. I did time with him, and I'm in Pomona, and he's like, oh, that's crazy. My homie from F Troop Fontana cartoon, him too. Like, these are all homies that I've done time with, and they get out, and they're just like, damn, fool, you're doing it, and it's like, gracias, you know, like, yeah, I guess I am, you know, and I appreciate those. Those are the ones that I appreciate because those are the ones that were there, you know, they were there.
When you got up. And did earning fame change family and friends around you? Like,
No.
would like some of your family like no get a real
No,
job?
they still treat me like shit. I still ain't shit in their eyes. The fame didn't change nothing. I don't really see myself as having fame. Like I don't really see myself like that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it when people do be like, oh shit, Blackie Fontana. I'm like, yeah. What's good? You know what I'm saying? When I take a pic, oh yeah. You know, but I don't really see myself like famous or whatever.
Looks like it.
Hmm?
It seems like it. Well, to me, it seems like it.
Like what?
You're famous.
Appreciate it. I don't know. I just, me, myself, and even when I guess I see it like, damn, okay, maybe I am a little popular, I still wouldn't want to portray myself or act like I'm the shit because I don't.
So you just like live a normal life like any other person?
No, I don't. No, I don't live a normal life. I don't. I wish I did, but I don't. I don't think I've ever lived a normal life, you know, white picket fence, job, wife, kids, nah. I've had something similar to that once upon a time, and it was cool, but it was still like corrupted a little bit, you know. My house was still a dope spot, fucking the trap house and shit, but it was, honestly, I look back at those times when I was trapping it, fucking, and I miss it. Like, I miss it. You know, like, this is cool what I'm doing now. It's a lot of hustle. And the money's legit. I don't have to worry about cops. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about these fuckers holding me over right now. I don't have a gun on me. I don't have dope on me. So I'm just like, hey, what's happening? What do you want, stupid? You know? Back then, I had to worry. You know what I'm saying?
Has any of your music turned any of your friends from your own gang against you?
What happened?
Like, from your hood? Did they, like, not like your music, or...
Haters. Yes.
What would
Yeah.
they say?
Well, they wouldn't say it to my face, but I hear rumors, I hear things, you know what I'm saying, and I still go around my hood. Nothing's ever gonna stop me from going to my own hood. But yeah, there's always gonna be jealousy and animosity, and you know, someone's always gonna hate on you when you're doing better than them. I mean, it ain't my fault that I'm off my ass doing something and you motherfuckers ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? And you wanna hate on me because of that. But like I said, they won't say it to my face. You know, they won't say it to my face. And as long as you keep it that way, we'll have no problems. You know, keep talking behind my back. I ain't tripping.
And what's the difference between like East, West Coast, South Coast music? Is it all the same or is it like different?
I know it's different. Because West Coast, I think even Chicano rap is different than all that. I mean, when you say East Coast, West Coast, yeah, it's different. But even on the West Coast, Chicano rap is it's a whole nother genre of music. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're Mexicans, Chicanos, whatever the fuck you want to label us and shit. You know, and the mainstream doesn't want to acknowledge us. If anything, all they want to do is just profit off us. And I don't see why motherfuckers even want to give these people paper when there's a lot of people in Chicano rap that respect Chicano rap and follow a lot of Chicano rap artists, and the reason why a lot of successful Chicano rap artists are out there is because of the support and the fan base, and so yeah, it's different, and I think now that I am in it, I have more respect for it than anything else as far as mainstream, West Coast, East, South, whatever, fuck all that shit, For me, it's like another form of gangbanging, so I'm like, Chicano the fuck out now,
Any last words?
Last words. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, check out my fucking YouTube channel. It's all the same shit, Blackie Fontana, and download my shit, your iTunes, all that shit. We highly appreciate it. And yeah, man, thank you. Like, if I do want to say one last word, is thank you for this, and wanting to do this with me. Include me in your essay project. I mean, I hope you get a good grade. Give her a good grade. But I appreciate you getting at me, and thank you.